Hello YouTube, thanks for joining me today. Well, today is going to be a questions and answers session. Firstly, thank you to all my subscribers on my channel and for all the likes and dislikes. They're all the same to me, thank you very much. As I said, a bit of a questions and answers situation today, but a lot of questions that seem to be repeating themselves a little bit, so I'll try and put those straight in this video. I think we're going to cross live now to Brian, who's actually in the van, who's going to give us an update on the bed. Hello Brian, can you hear me there?
Hello?
Yes, would you like to just explain a little bit more about how the bed's made up?
Yes, no problem. Yeah, hello there. Thanks for joining me. Right, the bed. This is the bed. Normally what I do when it's just myself is sleep on this side. I simply remove that, take this one off. That gives me a full single bed. Lots of room, no problem. However, if I want a larger bed, all I need to do is simply pull this out, slide this across, pop this one on here, and in my secret cupboard is the little bit which goes in the middle. Now, it's a rather larger single bed. Quite comfortably will fit a double. Now my feet are quite long, so it's a bit of a tight squeeze, but it works well. Lots of room. I'm 6 foot, so plenty of space. And that's it, back to you.
That's great Brian, thanks for that. Moving on to the next question. Income and work. Do I work? How do I finance my trips in the van? Right, I do work full time. I have a Monday to Friday job. So when I'm at work, I do tend not to travel too far away from my permanent place of work. So yes, I have various methods of income. One of them is obviously full-time work, and the other one is photography. I do my own landscape photography and any other photography challenge that presents itself. You can find a link to my website at the bottom of this this page if you're so inclined. But yeah, basically income is from my full-time job and my photography business. Next question. Park-ups. Overnights. Right. What do I do through the week? Well, weekly I normally work at a standard static place of work. So I also operate on call occasionally, so I don't like to go too far from work through the week, Monday to Friday. That being the case, I tend to stay quite local on a local caravan and camping club caravan site through the week. And on a weekend, I take myself off to wherever, whenever. I do have a home address, and I do occasionally spend time at home as well. But I do like to get out and about whenever and wherever. So yeah, weekends is my free time. I like to get away, explore the countryside, just do some blogs. I quite enjoy doing this now. So yeah, it's just nice to get out and about and see the world, really. That's what it's all about. I don't tend to wild camp too much through the week. The opportunity does present itself occasionally. There are various places if you're so inclined. I'll give you some examples. Trading estates, quite often you will find trucks parked up in a trading area waiting to unload the following morning. So it would be quite natural to be in that area or around. If you're worried about safety and security, you can always find space in those sort of areas. Laybys, I guess, probably off the beaten track. I would tend not to stay on a main road. It's too noisy for one thing. Secondly, it draws attention to you, and thirdly, I just prefer the peace and quiet. So if I can find somewhere reasonably quiet off the beaten track, I think the golden rule is never to park in front of anyone's house. Always arrive late, leave early, leave no trace, and nobody will know you've even been. But yeah, there's lots of opportunities. You just have to scout around if you have the opportunity. Get out, have a look around your local area during the daytime, see if there's anywhere that you may feel would be safe and suitable for you to pitch up for the evening. For me, I do like campsites. They can be a little bit expensive. They range in cost anything from £5 a night up to £25 a night, which includes your electric hookup. I do tend to go onto a site for the very reason of being able to empty the loo, which is handy. And also if my leisure batteries start to deplete themselves, especially in the cold weather, because it doesn't take long. I normally get 3 days. I don't have any solar panels. I have one leisure battery, 110 ampere hour, and that normally lasts me 3 days. And I can use my heating with that. Lighting, I put LED lights in, so that's a little bit more friendly with the electricity. So yeah, 3 days, then it's time to empty the loo anyway, so a campsite at least once, twice a week maybe, and just hook up to charge the batteries and empty the loo. So yeah, on to the next question. Insulation, right. Somebody has asked a question, reference insulation in the van. Lamb's wool, I believe it is. It's nice and warm, it's sandwiched in between the exterior wall of the van and the inner wall lining. It's quite thick. It's not something I put in myself, and I do believe you can purchase it, obviously, because that's what's in my van, but it's not something I've purchased, so I can't really answer that question. You'll have to look around, see where it is available. I've no idea if it's treated or not. I should imagine it will be. But it is really warm, it is nice. It's quite soundproof, and many a time I've ended up with my cold backside on the wall, and the wall is warmer than my backside, so that's always a good thing. Yeah, well insulated. Right, the next question is about water. Where do I get water from? How long does it last? And do I have a grey water tank? Right, first of all, water. You can normally get that fairly easily. Again, have a run around, have a ride around your local area. There are various apps you can get for your smartphone which will tell you where there is water. Cemeteries have water, public toilets have water, some garages have water. If you're really stuck, you can ask at a caravan camping club site or a caravan club site or any caravan site, and they may allow you to empty your loo, fill your water tanks and empty your grey tanks, usually about £5. So yeah, you can do that. My tank, my freshwater tank, I think it holds probably about 30 litres of water. That lasts me ages, to be honest. If I have a shower in the van, I can normally get about 3 showers out of it. You have to be conservative with the water, but 3 showers on average, and all of my washing on a morning, normally I can get about 3 days on the water tank before I need to refill. I do have friends and family who have standpipes in the garden, so I just run a hose pipe when I go around to visit them, top it up. Any available opportunity to fill up your fresh water, always take that opportunity, because you never know where your next tap is, and it's always good just to have a full tank. And you're sorted then, nothing to worry about. Grey tank, wastewater. Right, my van doesn't have an onboard wastewater tank. which I have found to be a bit of a nuisance because I do need to carry a container around with me. It's one of these containers on wheels. It works well, but it's a bit cumbersome insofar as storage. Where do you actually put it when you're not using it? Say if you're wild camping, you don't want to be out with the grey water tank outside your van if you're stealth camping, or as much stealth as you can be in a van like mine. But if you are out off a campsite and you're using your water, just use it sparingly and collect. I normally collect my wastewater in a bucket and empty it. But the wheeled tank is good. Empty that on site or down a drain, anywhere there is a drain. Next question. Oops. Heating, cold and drafts. Yeah, I do have gas blown air heating in the van. It's quite good. It's noisy. There is a fan that needs to circulate the air as a sort of convection heater, but it is noisy. It's effective, but it does use quite a lot of gas. Now unfortunately my van only has quite a small 3.9 kilogram propane bottle. It doesn't last very long. I can get about 5-6 days on that if I use it sparingly, and it's not the cheapest. Now if my cupboard was big enough, I would have a larger bottle. You get more gas for your money and cheaper energy that way. For me, if I leave the heating on overnight, it costs me about £3 in gas. And it does obviously run the leisure battery down quite quickly as well. I can, again, normally 3 days on the leisure battery if I'm using gas. Now I average about 5.5 hours per evening on the gas just to heat the van. If it's particularly cold, if it's -2 outside, I will have the gas heating on. If I'm on a hookup, happy days, I use a fan heater, fill my boots because I've paid for the electricity and it keeps me nice and warm, very warm in fact. The van can be a little bit drafty, especially down by the sliding door. A draft excluder is a big help. If you get one of those fluffy, furry, long snake things, they're always good. Just plug the draft at the bottom. It does tend to come up at the bottom of the door. There is a big draft comes through between the cab and the rear area. Again, I think I've covered this before, where I need some curtains, and a friend of mine has agreed to make some curtains once I get the materials. Haven't got round to that yet. I think I'm on some sort of self-destruct mission at the moment where I'm on an endurance test to see how cold I can get. It's working. Never mind. But yeah, so it is a bit drafty, but I can live with that. It's not a problem. I've got a little method where I just plug the holes up with jackets and coats and put shoes over them to stop the drafts coming through. But it works. I live in the northeast of England, so you would expect the odd bit of chilly weather now and again. Right, next question. Well, I don't think there is a next question, so I think I've reached the end of the questions. So yeah, just thank you everybody. It's been great just chatting to you. I know I can't see who you are, but it's lovely to know I've got so many subscribers and people actually want to listen to me waffle on, which is quite nice. And I can't waffle, which is fine. So yeah, this is where I am at the moment, and very nice tree there actually. That'll make a nice photograph. Oh, there was one question in relation to the gimbal. I will do a little video on the gimbal. This is the gimbal. It allows me to shake the camera back and forward, side to side, and hopefully it'll be nice and steady. So yeah, that's what the gimbal is. But I will make a video on that at some point. So I think I'm exhausted now. I don't know what else to talk about. I'll have a little wander up here anyway. Okay, that's it. Farewell. Catch you in the next vlog. Nose check here. Not bad, not bad. Anyway, thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Take care.